All right, welcome. If you have ever wanted to learn how to code, this is it. This is your very first step. Today we are kicking off a pretty exciting journey by writing your first ever Python program. And trust me, it's way simpler than you think, and we're going to do it together, right now.
Because at the end of the day, that's really what coding is, right? It's about giving a computer a set of instructions and then just watching it follow them perfectly. It's a really powerful feeling, and you're about to experience it for yourself.
So let's think of this as the start of your own personal coding story. You know, every great adventure has a beginning, and for tons of programmers all over the world, that adventure starts with a language called Python. And for very good reason. You've made a great choice starting here. Python is famous for being simple and easy to read, which honestly makes it the perfect language for beginners. But don't let that simplicity fool you. It is incredibly powerful.
I mean, Python is the engine behind some of the biggest technologies you use every single day. We're talking building web apps, analyzing huge amounts of data, powering artificial intelligence, and even automating boring, repetitive tasks. Python is, well, it's everywhere.
Okay, so every hero needs a place to train, right? And for our quest, that place is our coding environment. So let's get you set up.
And you know, this is probably the best part. A huge hurdle for new coders is always the complicated setup. But we're just going to skip all that. You don't need to install any special software. All you need is the web browser you're using to watch this. It seriously could not be easier.
And we can do this because of the amazing folks over at learnpython.org. They've got this simple, free code editor right on their website that lets us write and run Python code instantly. It's the perfect launchpad for us.
All right, this is the moment. We are about to write the single line of code that has kicked off millions of coding careers. It's kind of like a tradition, a real rite of passage.
And there it is, just 2 words, some punctuation. In the programming world, this is like a magic spell. It's the instruction that tells the computer to speak, to display a message for the whole world to see.
Now that we have our instruction, it's time to actually run it. This is where we go from just writing some text to making the computer do something. Let's see how it's done.
It's a super simple 2-step process. First, you're going to type that line of code, print, hello world, exactly as you see it, right into the editor. Make sure you get the parentheses and the quotation marks. Then, you're just going to click that run button.
And boom, just like that. There it is, the output. The text hello world pops up on your screen. The computer listened to you. It did exactly what you told it to do. Just take a second to let that sink in. You just programmed a computer.
No, seriously, congratulations. This is a huge milestone. You have successfully written and executed a line of code. And remember, all those powerful things we mentioned, AI, data science, web apps, they all just boil down to thousands of simple instructions, just like the one you just wrote. You've taken the first and honestly the most important step.
So you've seen the magic, but now let's pull back the curtain a little bit and see how it actually works. It's really straightforward. Let's break down that one line of code.
So the first part of our little spell is print parentheses. In Python, this is called a function. The easiest way to think about it is as a command or a verb. It's an action word. It tells the computer to display whatever you put inside those parentheses.
And then there's this part, the content. Anything you put inside quotation marks is called a string in programming lingo. Don't let the name scare you. It's just a fancy word for a piece of text. So we're basically telling the print command what to show on the screen.
And that's it. You've officially learned one of the most fundamental commands in all of Python. You now have the real, actual skill of making a computer communicate.
You've conquered your first challenge, but this quest is really just beginning. So where do we go from here? Let's take a quick peek at the other powers you're about to unlock.
So, coming up, we're going to explore some incredibly cool concepts. We'll learn about variables, which are kind of like boxes for storing information. We'll look at different types of data, and we'll even learn how to make our programs interactive so they can actually respond to things you type.
And here it is, maybe the single most important piece of advice I can give you. To really truly learn this stuff, you have to do it. Don't just watch me, get in there and do it yourself. Type out every example, run the code, and you know what? Try to break it and see what happens. That's how you'll build real understanding.